What's good? I'm that gamer boy Chaos, and today I'm finally making a video that I had planned for like 2, 3, maybe even 4 years now. But initially, I was thinking that I should wait until my channel gets a little bit bigger to make this video. But recently, I just been thinking like, what's the point in waiting? There's no point in waiting at all for the quote-unquote perfect moment to make a certain video. Because for years, there's been a bunch of videos that I had planned for the future or whatever when my channel gets a little bit bigger, but I just been saying fuck it, like why not, let's go. There's no point in waiting. But anyway, what this video is just a bunch of scenarios that happened over the years, ranging from when I was in elementary school up until about my junior year of high school, I believe. But anyway, let's get into this. Get some motherfucking popcorn, because this is one of those type of videos, because I have a feeling this is gonna be like 10 minutes long. Anyway, let's go. So this first story takes place about a year or two ago. I believe I was either a junior or a senior in high school. Don't remember that too well, but what I do remember was that it was around winter time, because it was dark as shit when I'd be waiting for the bus. So that's what I was doing. I was just waiting for the bus. Then the bus get here, I get on, go to my regular seat, which I believe was around the back of the bus. I know we're not in those times no more, but you know, it's just chill back there. But yeah, I'm chilling, and you know, people getting on the bus and shit, and I'm listening to my music, everything chill. And I noticed that the person in front of me has a bug crawling on their shoulder and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Then that shit started coming towards me, crawling on the back of the seat. I'm like, oh shit. And the person next to me like, oh shit. And I don't know what type of bug it was. All I'm gonna say is it looked like a roach. So I'm gonna call it a fucking roach. So we scared, and like he told me like kill it. I'm like, I don't know how to fucking kill it. I had my book bag sitting on my lap, and I believe that was the only way I would be able to kill it. But I'm not trying to have a roach touch my motherfucking backpack, cause you got me fucked up. So I don't know what happened, but the roach the roach went back on that nigga's shoulder, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do about that. Like, hopefully it fall off of him when he stand up. Like, I don't know, that shit was just crazy. But as you can see, that was a very short story. Now, if this was a whole video, this shit would have been like 2 minutes long. But let's go. Now, this second story takes place my sophomore year of high school, and it's the year 2021. You know, everything good. I was virtual the year prior, so I'm actually at the school building, and I believe that this was like one of the first couple days of school. And you know, it's after school, we go into the buses and shit. I'm looking for my bus, and I'm going to that shit, and I noticed that someone on my bus is like in the back of the bus pouring water out the window for whatever reason. I'm like, oh, that shit almost hit me. So anyway, I get on the bus, I sit down, and I'm just chilling on my phone. Then all of a sudden, I hear someone yell, what the fuck? And then they rush on the bus. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? So what happened was, someone was walking by my bus, and the people that was pouring water out the window got him. And so he was mad as fuck, and he wanted to fight. I'm like, oh shit. So the bus driver like in the way of him, so he don't get on the bus. And so like he just looking past he looking at the back of the bus, like talking shit. I don't know what he was doing, but that nigga was mad as shit, and I honestly thought a fight was about to break out. I was like, oh shit, really? On the first couple days of school? Like, what? And if I'm not mistaken, because I don't know if I did this or not, but I feel like I did. I think I actually pulled up the camera app, because I wanted to record it if it was a fight. But yeah, nothing ended up happening. He ended up getting off the bus, but yeah, that nigga was mad, and for good reason too. Like, cause what the fuck is y'all spraying water out the fucking window for? Like, what y'all doing that shit for? But yeah, like it would have been cool if it was a fight, cause I most definitely would have told that shit when it happened back in 2021. But yeah, next story. Now this third story, we gonna go back in the day, back in the olden times type shit. It take place in motherfucking elementary school. I don't remember what grade I was in. I'm gonna say around 2nd to 4th grade. So when I was in elementary school, my mom signed me up for this after school program called Aftercare, because when she got off work, it was 5 p.m. and you know, she was the only one that picked me up. Well, actually, every now and then my grandma would pick me up, but my mom was the main one that picked me up. There wasn't really much to this program. We just did our homework, played outside, played with Legos inside, and when it got a little later, they would allow us to go to the computer lab and play games on computers, or go to the gym and be playing a bunch of games. Like, it was honestly fun as shit when it got later. But anyway, every now and then there would be special events where certain people come in and try to spice things up and have us have fun and do activities and shit. For example, I remember one time there was this guy who did robotics and had us get into groups and make a little robot so that at the end we raced them together and whoever won something. I forgot what it was. But anyway, this time around a police officer came in and he was pretty much teaching us about what cops do and all the equipment they use and shit. Now with the equipment, I don't exactly remember what happened with this, but I think he was showcasing like how the handcuffs work, and he used one of the counselors as an example, and everyone was like laughing because the counselor, he was struggling to get them off or whatever. And so, you know, like we thought it was all fun because this counselor in particular, like, he's a fun guy, and so everyone was thinking that he was playing around. So after he got them off, the main counselor, who happened to be his mom, was mad and was telling us that we shouldn't have been laughing because he was hurt. And I was just thinking like, yo, like, how the fuck we were supposed to know that he was actually hurt? Like, he plays around a lot. Like, how are we supposed to differentiate him actually being in pain versus him playing around, which he always does? Like, that shit just, it was on my mind, and it still confuses me to this day, because how are we supposed to know that he was actually in pain and he wasn't playing around? Like, I don't know. Now, this fourth story, I'm gonna give a disclaimer because this shit was disgusting, but it also takes place in elementary school. I'm gonna say it was from around 1st grade to 4th grade. So like aftercare, I was also signed up for before care, which was where I just ate breakfast and played with toys and shit. And actually, now that I'm talking about this, it reminds me of a commentary video I made earlier this year where I was talking about some awkward situations. One of those awkward situations took place during before care. I just wanted to mention that. But anyway, I was just eating breakfast, you know, eating some good ass motherfucking cereal or fucking French toast sticks, because they had some good ass French toast sticks when I was in elementary school. Like, I don't know what happened, but man, once I got in middle school, they stopped serving those French toast sticks, and oh my god. But anyway, after I finish eating, I go to the other side of the cafeteria where they're playing with the toys and shit, and I'm thinking about playing with the Legos. And as I'm making my way over there, there's this kid who is playing with the Legos, and he's reaching in the bin or whatever that has all the Legos in it. And this nigga all of a sudden throws up in the fucking bin. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, man, I was planning on using those. Like, how you gonna throw up in that shit? But that shit was so disgusting, and oh my god, I was like, bruh, I know he felt that shit. I know he fucking felt that shit in his stomach, probably bubbling and shit, going up to his damn neck, about to come out of his mouth. And he's still hovering over the damn fucking bin with Legos, trying to fucking play with the Legos. Oh my god, that shit. Oh my, I think after that situation, I never played with the fucking Legos during a before care, because, oh, like, he literally fucked that shit up for me. Like, he really did. Like, every time I saw people playing with the Legos after that, I was always thinking about that situation, because what the fuck? Like, there's no way he did not feel that shit. Like, to this day, probably 10 years plus later, I know for a fact that he felt that shit. Now, this fifth story also takes place in elementary school, but I know for a fact this one took place in 3rd grade, because in 3rd grade, there was some bullshit I was dealing with, and this bullshit takes place in this story. Before I get into what this story is really about, I just want to give a little insight on how my teacher was, because she kind of was a bitch. I ain't even gonna lie. So there's 2 situations that happened that caused me to label her as a bitch. So the first being this one time where we were taking the park test. I'm not entirely too sure how to describe it, but I'll put up the definition if you don't know what it is. But we were taking a test on Chromebooks while she was walking around, and my eye starts itching, and she happens to be nearby while I'm rubbing my eye. So, you know, humans, we have 2 arms and 2 eyes. So I'm rubbing one eye and I'm looking at the question with the other eye, and my other arm is on the mouse or whatever. So as she's walking by and she sees me rubbing my eye, she talking about some,
how are you reading the question if you're rubbing your eye?
I'm like, what? Excuse me? Like, what? Like, first of all, why are you even commenting on me rubbing my eye? Like, the shit is itching. And I'm not sure, but it was possibly around spring, and I have spring allergies. Like, come on now. Now, this second situation, this shit just had me like, yo, what the actual fuck is wrong with her? So we were doing this assignment that for the life of me, I cannot remember what it was. All I know is that it was something math related. And for some reason, like when we got the answer, we had to write the number as how it's spelled. And so I was doing this one problem and the answer was 3. So I'm writing down 3, but I guess I was writing too fast, so I wrote tree instead of 3. And I was about to erase it, and she just so happened to be walking by and she sees what I'm doing. And she has a nerve to announce to the whole class,
we're writing numbers, guys, not objects.
Or some shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So yeah, that's why I labeled this teacher as a bitch. And she's a black woman. I don't want to label her as a bitch, but she was being a bitch for no reason. Like, why do we have to comment on this shit? Why? Now on to the actual story. Whenever you didn't do your homework, the teacher would give you a missing homework slip, and you would have to give it to your parents so they could sign it, and you give it back to her the next day. Now, there were multiple times where I didn't do my homework and I got a missing homework slip and I had to get my mom to sign it, and yeah, it was all bad. But however, there was this one day where I got a missing homework slip and I really didn't want to give it to my mom for her to sign because she would get mad at me and I didn't want her to get mad at me. So the entire time I was in aftercare, I was just stressing, and it clicked in my mind, yo, I could throw it away. I could throw away the missing homework slip. But the only problem is she would ask for it in the morning. So I was like, damn, I can't do that. But it didn't cross my mind that I could just lie and be like, oh, I lost it. I forgot to bring it with me. So I was just like, fuck it. Let me just give it to my mom so she could sign it and she'd be mad at me or whatever. And I give it to her the next day. The next day comes and she doesn't even fucking remember to fucking ask me for the missing homework slip. I'm like, yo, I deadass could have fucking threw it away while I was in aftercare and I wouldn't have gotten in trouble. That shit pissed me off so bad. And the thing is, she would usually remember to ask for missing homework slips and shit. But I don't know what the fuck happened that day, but she just so happened to fucking forget that she gave me a missing homework slip the fucking day after I was speculating on throwing it away. And I could have thrown it away and gotten away with it. That shit pisses me off. Now this next story is finally a story that doesn't take place at school, but however, it takes place at this fucking bum ass camp that I hated going to every summer because I was forced to go to every summer. So I made a video this summer talking about how much I hated this camp, and I mentioned in that video that every Wednesday and Friday we would go on a trip. So we would mainly go on trips to lakes and shit. So, you know, everything was normal this time. Everything was good. I was having fun. The only time I had fun at camp, honestly. So everything was normal. I believe it was actually almost time for us to leave because everyone was getting snacks from the concession stand and shit. The niggas that brought money, that is. But anyway, there was this girl that pointed out that there was a frog by this water fountain that's always there for some reason. And so we were all admiring the frog and shit, like, oh, I never seen a frog before, and shit like that. I'm still looking at the frog. Everyone moved on. This girl comes over, and she's looking at the frog too, and she's like, hey, you should kill it. And I'm like, what? Why would I do that? And she's like, I don't know. And so I was nervous. I'm like, is she gonna fucking kill this frog? And so I can't believe that I did this, but I stepped on the frog. Oh, I hate that I did this shit. I stepped on the frog and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. And yeah, it got attention, and everyone was mad at me, and niggas told on me and shit, and the counselors pulled me to the side. He's like, why'd you step on it? And like, I was just so nervous because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I didn't want to do it, but I felt like if I didn't do it, she would have did it. And that's why I tried to tell them, but I was just so nervous at that time. I literally said it like, if I wasn't to do it, she would have did it. I felt so bad for that. Like, I really did. Like, just like, I haven't talked about this in a hot minute, and just hearing it coming out of my mouth right now, like, I feel so fucking bad. But yeah, I don't believe she got in trouble, but man, that was some fucking bullshit. Moving on to a much lighter subject with this next story. I believe this actually took place 2 years ago, I think. I'm not really sure. But anyway, my mom was taking me to my grandma's house. You know, it was Friday. Everything good. I'm happy and shit. It's probably about to record fucking one of the episodes of Alice Madness Returns or Duke Nukem Forever that weekend. I don't know. But anyway, on the way there, we hit a red light and a car comes up blasting some music. And it's that fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Tell a hater I said fuck you. They playing that song loud as shit. To the left of us comes up this car that looks like it came straight out of GTA 5. Like, I don't know if it was a sports car or something, but it had like a little camo design. It was like gray and red. I'll put up a picture, but like I don't know if it's like a sports car or something, but it looked expensive. It didn't look nice. So I look at the car, I'm like, hey, that looked nice. And so I'm minding my business, and it didn't hit me until a little bit later that like they playing that song. And the guy, like, he has the top down and all that shit. I'm just thinking, like, is he trying to flex on the people at this red light right now with his car? Because, like, out of all songs you could play, why are you playing that song? Like, because in the song it says, tell a hater I said fuck you. Like, no one was hated. Like, I don't understand. And the way that he was looking, like, it looked like he was kind of like, I think he had some shades on and shit. Like, I don't know, it looked like he was trying to flex, because like, why are you playing that song of all songs? Like, I don't get it. But you know, no one was jealous of him. Like, that, I don't know, that if he was trying to fucking flex in front of the people at the fucking red light, he needs to calm his ego down, because ain't no, like, who the fuck is hating on you? Who? Like, okay, you got money, cool. Like, we all got cars. Like, the main function for a car is to get from point A to point B. Like, do you really need a fucking luxury fucking sports car to get from point A to point B? If you got the money to do it, okay, get that car. But we all got cars. Cars are expensive. Like, don't sit here and try to fucking flex. Like, I don't know if he was trying to flex, but it just seemed like he was. Because why are you playing that one song out of all the songs you could play? I'm just saying. Now, this next story, oh my god, I remember this shit like it was yesterday. But anyway, it takes place in the year 2020. For some reason, around this time, I decided to join Twitter. I don't know what made me want to do it. I think I was just like, you know what, why not? So I made my Twitter, and I was just scrolling down my timeline. I'm like, okay, I'm not really seeing anything all that interesting. Like, I like gaming. Let me search up gaming, see what I come across on there. So I'm just scrolling, and I actually found out about Your Rage because he posted a video or a clip where he was talking shit to someone in Friday the 13th game, I think. And I'm like, hey, I like people talking shit. I like that. So I followed him, and I like that. And I'm just scrolling, and I see a fucking video of someone playing Xbox, and they're getting their dick sucked by some nigga wearing a dog mask. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I was not expecting that at all. And thank God I was alone. I was alone in the room I was in, because if someone was around me and they saw that shit, hell nah. Like, nah. Like, I wasn't trying to look at porn. I was trying to look at gaming, and I happen to be on a fucking app that allows porn. Like, what? And I remember the fucking name of the person whose video that was. Their name was Alex Pup. This shit fucking traumatized me, because like, if I was around people while I was just scrolling down the fucking search shit looking for gaming, oh no, that would have been so embarrassing. Oh my god, I thank God that I was in the room by myself, cause shit, what the fuck was that? Now this next story, we going back to school. This was my junior year, I believe. So I'm just chilling, I'm walking down the hallway, the last class just ended, I'm about to leave the building, about to go home, I'm chilling, I'm in a good mood. And so I'm walking past this girl, and this girl is walking up to her, and she's mad about something. And so I wish I could remember what the fuck she said, but I think what happened was something was going on with that girl's boyfriend, and the girl that she walked up to had something to do with it, or I don't know, but pretty much she was showing her something on her phone. She's saying something along the lines of, so what is this? And the girl was acting clueless. She's like, I don't know. And so all of a sudden that girl just started mollywopping her. I'm like, oh shit, like what? Like, so I turn around, I'm watching this shit, but I didn't watch for long, because a teacher, she was rushing over to break it up. And I don't know the rules like that. I don't know if you can get in trouble for watching a fight. I know that you can get in trouble for recording a fight at that school, but I don't know if I can get in trouble for watching a fight. So I wasn't watching it for long, but yeah, that shit, like, it went down. And I actually, I remember when I got on the bus, I tweeted about it, and I don't remember exactly what it says, but from what I remember, I said something along the lines of like, it wasn't exciting enough to tell a story about it or some shit like that. But here I am telling a story about it fucking 2 years later, I believe. But yeah, that was crazy. Now this last story takes place in elementary school. We back in elementary school again, and I don't remember what grade I was in. I feel like I was around like 2nd or 3rd grade. I don't know. Anyway, I was in aftercare, and I was in the computer lab because it was around that time where we could be in the motherfucking computer lab or the motherfucking gym. And so, you know, I'm just playing games on Cartoon Network, I believe, and, you know, I'm just chilling, probably listening to some music on YouTube as well. And I noticed to the right of me, like a little distance, there's this kid who was older than me. I think he was in like either 4th or 5th grade, and I think he might have had anger issues, honestly, because that nigga would be getting mad a lot. And so he was playing this How to Train Your Dragon game on Cartoon Network, and that shit was just moving so slow. And it's crazy because the graphics didn't even look that good, but you know, these weren't gaming PCs, so the game was moving hella slow. And this nigga was mad as shit. This nigga was like, come on! Like, he was over here shaking the monitor and shit. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, how are you raging at this game? And like, I'm so convinced that he had anger issues because anyone would have saw that game wasn't performing well and just would have fucking played another game. But here he is moving at fucking 2 frames per second, just pissed the fuck off, just going off, just mad, shaking the damn monitor and all that. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, make me wanna move seats a little bit. Nah, I'm playing, but yeah, this shit is fucking 22 minutes long. Like, oh my god. Now, this is the longest fucking commentary / storytime video I've ever had on this channel. But yeah, first of all, I want to apologize that the majority of these stories took place in school. It probably would have been more entertaining if it was more shit outside of school, but hey, a lot of crazy shit happened in my day when I was in school, but yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, listen, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification shit, do all that good shit. And I'll see you next time.